questions? Steve?
Coach, pitch selection at the plate seems to really be an issue for you guys. What do you kind of attribute that to?
Trying to do a little too much maybe, or trying to. But I thought their guy was pretty good today. It was a lot of cutters in and then change-ups away, which you don't see that a lot. And I thought he did a really good job with that today. Steph?
Cal there early on, it seemed like he was able to get some two-strike counts and just kind of couldn't put guys away. Well, what do you think the biggest issue was for him?
I think that was the biggest issue of his start is, we gave up a handful of 0-2 hits. We'd make 2 great pitches and then leave a ball in a different part of the zone. And he's such a command guy. He usually, you don't see that from him. So he left some balls in different spots. And they took advantage of it. Doug?
Coach, we talked yesterday about intangible leadership and how Johnny Long did that, and it was so important. How do you develop and sustain that game to game?
You know what? The guys were great today. And it's a hard game to play when you fall behind so much early on. And they stayed in it. They were energetic. They were fired up. They were competing their tails off. Just a tough start. When you fall behind somebody like that, you feel like you're chasing the whole game.
Steve?
A couple of rundown situations today too. A little bit unfortunate there. What did you see on both of those? It seemed like it was kind of the same issue.
Well, we hit both guys in the back. So I think that's you got to clear your feet and get out and create your own lane. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Steve?
You had a chance there, bases loaded, chance to really cash in there and get the big hit. It seems like that big hit just kind of remains elusive for this team.
It has, and we're going to get it. It comes in time. I think some of our bats have been better, but you're waiting in that inning to get it close. One big hit, it gets close, and then you put some pressure on them and make them kind of use their pen. Doug?
Coach, the early exit by Cal, you wound up using 5 pitchers and they got through with 2. How do things stack up on pitching for Sunday?
But we're good for tomorrow. We have Durangelo starting. We have a full bullpen. Ligon, Dotson probably aren't available tomorrow, but you got everybody else kind of ready to go. I thought Luke Dotson did a great job there at the end of the game.
Steve?
What's the mood of the clubhouse right there? I mean, yesterday I know it was a good day. Probably excited to get to the ballpark, and then, like as you mentioned, you get down, 7-1.
You're right out of the gate. You're down. So I will tell you, like I said, they did not drop their heads. They competed from start to finish, and then they're fired up, ready to come out here and get after it tomorrow.
Luke Dodson seemed to do some good things when he got. I know the game was pretty much kind of decided, but he came in and shoved a little bit there. What did you see from him?
Yeah, he's a strike thrower and he got a good fastball. Mixed his pitches and just competed. I thought he did a great job.
Benjamin?
Is there a lot of talk from the coaches in the locker room right now when things are sort of spiraling a little bit at times, or is it mainly a player-led team that you've got here who's sort of taking charge?
It's I'm led team. I lead the team. So yeah, I talk to our coaches and everybody's like I said, it's been a tough. We've been 8 days into the season and we've just kind of had a little bit of everything at this point, and got to find some consistency and play some good baseball and run a streak together. And I still like this team a lot. Baseball's a funny game, but I lead this team, and I tell the team that all the time. I don't want to put that pressure on the kids. They need to come and play ball and have fun and compete. That's what they need to do.
Steve?
You mentioned how effective our starter was, but David Smith came in and gave it 1 hit second half of the ball game. Why was he so successful?
I don't know that one. I thought we were going to get to him at that point, but he did a nice job of mixing and pitching. I mean, it's mid-90s, but we just did not get on him. We just didn't. We did not look comfortable on him.
All right, thank you guys.